Hey guys, Mike here, the Detroit Borg, and today we finally get a chance to take a look at the AirPods. So these are long overdue. They were supposed to come out with the iPhone 7 and 7 Plus back in September, but we're here in December and we finally get them. Now these retail for $159 and are essentially wireless versions of the Apple AirPods that come with your iPhone 7. And I actually really like these, so let's dig in to find out exactly what I like so much about them. First up, let's get to the unboxing, and as always, Apple does a very nice job with its packaging design. In fact, on the top of the box, you'll find the Apple AirPods embossed into the surface, which is a nice touch. Lifting up the lid, the first thing we'll see here is some paperwork. Sliding that out, we'll find a quick start guide in addition to some regulatory and warranty information. The quick start guide explains how you set these up, and it's pretty basic, and we'll go through the setup process. Next up, we have the AirPods in their charging case. The case has its own battery, as does the AirPods. The case itself is very nice and compact, has that very glossy white plastic that Apple is known for, and at the bottom you'll find the charging port, which is a lightning port, so you can recharge this using any lightning accessory. Also included in the bottom of the box is a very neatly tied up lightning cable, although a power adapter is not included. Along the back, there is a Bluetooth pairing button, so this actually begins the Bluetooth pairing process. We'll explore this in just a moment. They also make pretty liberal use of magnets, so the lid of the case is magnetic, so when it opens and closes, you get this very nice satisfying click, and is pretty secure, so it doesn't accidentally open up. The AirPods are also magnetic, so they cinch into the casing and stay secure. There's also a really nice metal hinge along the back that actually resembles a lot of their previous MacBook designs. As soon as you open up the lid to the AirPods, you'll see an LED indicator which tells us the charge status of the AirPods that are installed. So if it's amber, that means it's currently charging, and if it's green, the AirPods are fully charged. So anytime the AirPods are within the case, they're charging until they're maxed out. And of course, you can charge the case with or without the AirPods installed. Now, pairing the AirPods to your iPhone couldn't be simpler. All you have to do is flick open the lid of the AirPods when it's next to your iPhone, and this will initiate the pairing process. So if the AirPods are not already connected, you'll be prompted to start the pairing process, which involves holding the Bluetooth pairing button along the back of the casing. And that's all there is to it. Once it makes the connection, you're ready to start using the AirPods. In the future, you will not have to pair these again. These will automatically work. As soon as you pop open the lid, this activates the Bluetooth connection and you can start using them right away. Now, thanks to the battery widget within iOS 10, you can check the battery status of both the AirPods and the casing themselves. Now, easily, one of my favorite aspects of the AirPods is that once you sync them to one device on your iCloud account, they're synced to all of them. That includes your Mac, your iPad, or any device running iOS 10 or Mac OS. So for example, if I go to my iPad and go to my control center, I'll find my AirPods already available. So again, all I have to do is make sure that Bluetooth is turned on and I can connect to them right away, all without having to pair specifically to this device. This also works within Mac OS. All I have to do is go to your Bluetooth settings, again, make sure it's turned on, and you'll see them automatically added to your Bluetooth list. By the way, this also extends to Apple Watches, so you can use your AirPods with your Apple Watch alone. So that means if you have music sideloaded on your Apple Watch, you can go ahead and use your AirPods and leave the iPhone at home. Now, although AirPods are designed specifically to work with iOS or Mac OS devices, these are Bluetooth headphones, so they will work with anything that supports Bluetooth. That includes Android devices, Windows phones, or even older Macs. So the pairing process is very simple. Just pop open the lid, tap and hold the pairing button along the back of the case until the light changes to a blinking white LED light. And then you can go to your Android device or whatever and look for Bluetooth devices that are available. And you can go ahead and select your AirPods. These also work great with the Apple TV, but I find this does not work via iCloud, so you will have to pair these through the Bluetooth pairing process right on the Apple TV, which can be done by going to Settings, Bluetooth, and entering the pairing mode on the AirPods, again by holding down the pairing button along the back and waiting for the light to turn to a white blinking light. For the most part, AirPods look like EarPods, but with the wire cut off. But obviously there are some more significant differences than that. For the most part, the speaker design is identical. They've just added a few components to make these work a bit differently. Obviously, we need a battery, so the stem is a bit thicker. There's also a larger vent toward the top. And overall, I do think the AirPods do sound a bit punchier than EarPods, which means there's a bit more bass. So they do sound a bit richer than the standard EarPods, but definitely not significantly more. But there are a few components added here. So for example, you'll find infrared sensors on the inside and the outside of the earpiece. This allows the AirPods to know when it's in your ear. So when you take one out, it automatically pauses playback and resumes it soon as you reinstall it. Of course, you can listen to audio in just just one earpiece if you want, but it automatically pauses playback on the other earpiece. Now, thanks to my camera, I can actually see the infrared light emitting from these diodes, which means they're always on to sense whether the earpiece has been reinstalled into your ear. Now, essentially, each of these AirPods have the exact same hardware. They have the same battery, microphone, speaker, and infrared sensors. They also have an accelerometer, which is used for gesture control. Right now, all we have is a double tap gesture, so you can double tap either one of the AirPods to activate Siri or pause playback. Unfortunately, this is the only gesture we have, and it only works for one command. So you have to decide whether you want that gesture to work with Siri or to work with pause and play. Now, if you receive a phone call, a double tap will allow you to pick up that call. Now, if you want to change any of these settings, you just go to Bluetooth, and this allows you to change the settings for this specific set of AirPods. Now, you can rename them if you want. You can change which action the double tap brings up, whether you want it to bring up Siri or just to pause playback of audio. You can also turn off automatic ear detection, which may save battery life. For me, the AirPods fit perfectly, as did the EarPods. The only issue I had with the EarPods is the cable constantly snagging and pulling the EarPods out of my ear. And of course, with AirPods, that's not an issue. So these things stay in my ear no matter what I do. I think I have to be punched in the side of my face in order to knock these out. But your anatomy may be different, so you're going to want to try these out if you can in the Apple Store. Of course, audio quality is subjective, but to me, I think they sound fantastic, as I thought the AirPods did as well. And for me, Bluetooth audio quality definitely is not a concern to me. They sound indistinguishable from hardline audio. The other thing that really shocks me about the AirPods is the range it has, especially for something that's so tiny. So I was able to walk around my entire house, even my basement and upper floors, while maintaining connection to my iPhone. The only time I ran into issues is when I stepped outside and started walking away from my house. So I think that's pretty amazing, but of course, that really depends on the barriers in your house or interference. Now, when it comes to using these with a Mac, it works basically the same. A double tap can even wake up Siri to bring up the voice command. There is a slight difference here, so if you go to Bluetooth and take a look at your AirPods, you'll actually see the battery status for each AirPod. So you'll see the right and left indicated. Now, when it comes to using this with other devices, you don't get the same smart functionality. So for example, if you're listening to audio on an Android device, when you take the earpiece out, it doesn't automatically stop audio playback on that earpiece or pause audio on the Android device. We still get double tap functionality with other devices. So in the case of Android, this actually pauses playback. Now, when it comes to battery and battery life, you have to remember there are actually 3 batteries throughout the system. We have 93 milliwatt batteries in each AirPod. And then we also have the battery case, which has a 398 milliamp hour battery built in. So that delivers in combination 24 hours of listening time. So that's 5 hours on AirPods per charge. And then you can use the case to charge that multiple times to reach about 24 hours of continuous use. Now, these tiny batteries in the AirPods charge very quickly. So a 15-minute charge will give you 3 hours of listening time. Now, the battery and antennas are housed within the stem of the AirPod, and if you look at the bottom, you'll see these electrical connections, which is how the AirPods interface with the charging case. So if you look at the charging case, you'll see those connectors at the bottom of the reservoir where these fit into. So in the end, I find I like the AirPods far more than I expected, and it does show you the benefits of living within sort of Apple's closed ecosystem, because this just works with everything in that system. You don't have to pair it to each device, and it's pretty easy to switch between them. That's definitely not the case with most Bluetooth headphones. Now, for me, the most obvious and immediate problem I have with using the AirPods is the fact that it relies too heavily on Siri for basic functionality, such as volume controls. So in that case, you'd have to go right to your phone for quick access to volume controls, or you have to bring up Siri to ask it to adjust the volume, which is just not a really reliable solution. But this is easily my favorite solution for wireless headphones, and I'm looking forward to see what Beats does with the same technology. Alrighty guys, hope you enjoyed this look at the AirPods. If you did, please give it a thumbs up to let me know, and I'll see you again in the next video.